Well, g'day. It's Saturday evening. It's been another good Saturday. I just looked out the window and I decided a bit of check to see how things are going out there, whether I needed to dim my lights more. As I looked out over the valley, I realised I could only see 2 lights in the whole city. So I turned off the lights and came in here to the kitchen, and this window here can only be seen by those up the hill. There's not too many people up the hill, and I doubt they'd even be looking out here because they have their curtains pulled and their lights off. So curfew is being very well adhered to. I guess in most places around Ukraine, maybe everywhere in Ukraine. Today I actually spent a number of hours with a guy I'd love you to pray for. He's an old friend. I've talked to him about the Lord before. Today was another deep talk or deep good opportunity. His name's Igor. If you'd pray for him, that'd be great. We'll be meeting again this coming week. I took him down to the church building, and he'd never been there before actually. He lives in a town nearby. And he walked around and he sat down in one of the rooms where there's a fireplace. He's like, I like it here. There's such a feeling of peace. And anyway, we stayed down there for 3 hours, I think, and it was good. But please pray for him. I've worked on tomorrow's sermon. Topic in general, I guess we'll just have the topic be worship. Worship of God. It's something that I set myself up for at the beginning of the year, thinking about that more this year and talking about it more, including it in my including the word worship of God in my conversations more, just emphasizing it. And tomorrow will be another sermon about that. Not a long one. These days, the last few weeks, I've been wanting to keep the sermon time to about 30 minutes. Before the war started, I was quite happy for it to be 45, or even sometimes longer than that. But tomorrow will be short, I hope. Talk to people down there. We still only have 10 people in the building, and that's good. That's fine. That's a very manageable number, and they're settling in. They're becoming more active in doing different tasks and just being a part. It's a great opportunity to share the love of Christ with them too. I guess as you've been reading, there has been a bit of a pushback of Russian troops from Kiev and down the south. It's kind of hard to believe on a natural level that Russia doesn't have the strength to come back strong. The strength, the morale, the weapons, the generals, the commanders. It's Russia. I recognize that the Lord could do something really special here and answer prayers and just confound the army of the enemy. But the expected push didn't come. Sure, the rockets have kept on falling in this area, particularly down south, of course, and also north of Kiev and east of Kiev, in Kharkov, Mariupol, just devastation. But in our area, we've seen less and less rockets. I haven't seen any for I don't know how long. They're still flying, but less regularly. I hear reports of them, and I heard a couple the other day. But I think over the course of the last 3 weeks, statistics have come out that around about 1,000 rockets, missiles have been fired at Ukraine during this time. And not just at military targets, as the news is very keen to inform us, but also at civilian targets, which is just that's surprising to me, actually, that they do that. We keep on hearing stories about our friends are escaping, and people who come through here, and they stop, and then their minds are just full of words as they talk about their experiences, somehow cathartic, I guess, and just amazing stories. So sad, some of them. Such loss and loss of life, loss of people who are close to them. The girls are going good. They're feeling fulfilled. They're feeling like they've filled a good hole in the refugee centre that they're at, and I think they'll be both happy and sad to leave there as well. And I don't know. I'm in two minds whether to bring them back now. Originally, I said that if Russia was pushed back, then I'd give a green light on them coming back here. Wait. Do I wait until Russia gives another push, or why? I don't know. Yeah, that's a tricky one. Maybe you can pray for wisdom over that as well. There's a lot of ladies here. They would be joining other ladies who stayed here, of course, and children. It's not as though there's missiles falling on Rajishiv, or it's an absolutely crazy idea, just senseless to risk something like that. It doesn't feel like there's a great risk here in Rajishiv. But I'd appreciate wisdom on that question. Today we were down in town. A number of people from our church were. I didn't go. I was with a friend. But they were sharing the gospel and talking with people who were interested to stop and talk for a few hours. We will continue to do that and pray that God's message would go forth clearly as we do that. The shelves here in the main supermarket are empty. It's incredible. Completely stripped. But the market still, it had a lot of things in it. People are still able to buy certain things, enough to get by. I'm guessing that's a good thing. It is wonderful when security gets stripped away, when uncertainty comes about the future, about what it holds. It makes people think about eternity, about God, about what's important. It's great for Christians to be going through this here. It's potentially great for the non-Christians to be going through it from the perspective of many have heard about Jesus, and it'd just be wonderful if God showed mercy on Ukraine. And as I was saying to someone today, it'd be incredible if God used Ukraine to be a shining light in the world, because so many Ukrainians turn to Him in repentance. That would be incredible if that was something that came out of this conflict. May God keep us faithful, keep His children faithful here in sharing the gospel. Have a great Sunday, or a Sunday evening if you're watching it during the middle of the day. And God bless you. Thank you very much for praying. It's deeply appreciated. See ya.